All right, so you've possibly heard that you shouldn't be on too many digital platforms, especially when you're just starting out as an online business owner. However, how do you even come to the decision of which digital platform you're actually gonna settle on? If you want to figure that out, keep watching this video. Welcome to the Altitude Lounge. Hey guys, I am Charmian-Marie, Beetle business coach and communications consultant, and what I do is help my clients to lay a solid business foundation and then build a digital presence that they are completely proud of so that they can build their legacy and increase their sales, right? So today we're going to be focusing on just how you can actually select the communication platforms or the digital platforms that you will be on in terms of pushing your business forward, right? So I'm gonna be talking about 4 things that you can consider when you're really narrowing all the social media platforms down as it relates to pushing your brand out there and really just feeling natural on the platform, right? So the first thing is customization, right? So I really want you to think of like LinkedIn over here and then Instagram, right? So when you think of LinkedIn, we recognize that LinkedIn was developed for a specific purpose, you know, that's specifically B2B communication, or basically like it being the social media platform for professionals, right? However, you recognize that they're trying to get a little more social in terms of introducing stories and things like that, right? But if you realize though, LinkedIn doesn't really offer much customization. Everybody has the same, general profile look. It's just that your posts are different and, your writing is different. Clearly your picture is different and all of that. But it's all standardized. Versus now on Instagram, you can literally just customize your grid, and there are a lot of persons who have more uniformed looking grids versus grids that are just not looking as best as they could. But saying that to say, especially when you're developing your brand and really taking the time to nicely build out your brand identity, customization would really be high up on that priority list, right? And so Instagram on that basis would win in this perspective. So you definitely would be more inclined to go with an Instagram and really feel out the platform and do your very best to customize your brand, customize the overall look and feel of your brand on that platform, and then people will be able to see the time you've spent and just your creativity, and that will definitely help in terms of helping them to decide whether or not they want to work with you. You get me? So think about customization and just how much you can put your brand out there, how much of you can put into it so that people can really figure out the vibe or feel the vibe that you are intending to put out, right? So that's customization. Second thing, accessibility. How easy is it for persons to get in touch with you or really understand who they are considering working with? Our reality is too that, all right, cool. So thinking of LinkedIn and Instagram again, LinkedIn, fine, you're generally accessible, but LinkedIn also has a premium version which gives you more access to people versus Instagram, which is free. People can roam profiles and all of these things. So with that said, Instagram automatically is more accessible. I mean, you do have a few things that will definitely guard persons in certain ways. So you have the blocking feature, restricting accounts and all of that. So that's different, and making your account private. So that's different. But at least, fine, yes, that's a barrier, but it's not as restrictive as like a premium versus a free version. You get what I'm saying? So also think about that. How well can people really access you when they are ready or readily, especially if they are potentially interested in working with you, right? Also, Instagram allows for different means of talking to you. So does LinkedIn as well. But LinkedIn, I would say, especially if you are not necessarily connected to they call them the connections and stuff. If you are not necessarily connected to that person is less likely to really interact with you, even if you message them directly and stuff like that, versus an Instagram, which you are more geared towards answering, especially if you move it from the message request to like a general or primary. You get what I'm saying? So Instagram also really wins, especially in my book, in terms of accessibility. And there's some other platforms that are like that as well, like TikTok is also really good in terms of accessibility as well. I'd say that Facebook is generally good as well, so you really just have to think about just how much people have to go through hoops or not go through hoops to really access you and communicate with you comfortably, on the platform, right? So that's 2. 3, brand flexibility, right? In terms of your core, in terms of your identity, and in terms of your journey. Now, it still plays a slight role in terms of customization, fine, but customization mostly played on your brand identity. But no, we're diving deeper now in terms of your brand representation, where people can fully get to know your personality, not just through pictures, but they can see you talking consistently, whether through video, whether through stories or reels or whatever. It's making sure that people can see you in different scenarios and feel like they can connect with you easier, and that really plays a huge role, especially in the digital space, because remember, digital it facilitates connections, but it's not physical. So you need to do your very best to make sure that how you are connecting with people still somehow makes up for the fact that it's not physical, right? So if a platform allows you to express yourself as much as possible and all of that, then that's a good platform, And so that actually leads me into the 4th and final point, which is authenticity. Now, you'd think that, authenticity means, just how real you are and all of that. But I want to actually take it into the place of how natural it feels for you. For instance, does LinkedIn feel more natural to you, for you to show up on than Instagram? Like, think about it. Or rather, does TikTok feel more natural for you to show up on versus Instagram? And in many cases, people feel more comfortable with TikTok versus an Instagram, and people feel more comfortable with an Instagram versus a LinkedIn. People feel more comfortable with Instagram versus a Facebook. You get me? So you really have to think about, even you as the person who's trying to show up and sell your brand and sell your business and stuff. Do you feel comfortable even showing up on the platform, right? Because our reality is that if the platform itself doesn't make you feel comfortable, you're not going to put your best foot forward in terms of trying to sell consistently, trying to customize consistently, and all of those things. So do your very best to really be honest with yourself and objective in terms of all the things that would be required to be on this the specific platform that you're considering. And yeah, once you're honest with yourself, then go with your gut on that. All right. So with that said, guys, this has been a lot. I hope you learned at least one thing, and I hope you feel a lot more confident in terms of making your decision in terms of the communication channels you will be on, and the communication channel that is for you. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, feel free to drop them below, and remember to like, share, and subscribe, because I have a whole lot more coming for you. All right, guys. So with that said, take care. I'll see you next time. The Altitude Lounge.